The graphing calculator is very useful when we are dealing with a large set of data. First, we must input the data into the calculator. To do this, we will hit the Stat key and enter to select the Edit menu. There are 6 lists available in the TI-83 calculator in which we may input data. Scrolling to the left and right will give you a view of each of those 6 lists. I'm going to scroll back over to List 1 and input the data on the left of my screen. On the left you will see I have the mathematics achievement scores for a sample of 50 6th grade students. To input the data, I'm going to start in column 1 and go through the data values and input them in the calculator. So I'll put in 75. After each data value we hit enter. 49, enter. 84, enter. 55, enter. 61, enter. Notice that as I put the data values in, it's telling me I am dealing with list 1, value 6 in the list is the number 77, and enter. Once we give the calculator the data, we are going to rely on the calculator to do many of our statistical calculations in the future. We always want to make sure that we have given the calculator the accurate information because it will do what we ask it to do. However, if it has the wrong information, our results will not be correct. So I'm going to go through here and continue putting in my values. Now when I get to my next column, my 11th value, I don't want to go over to list 2. I want to put all of these 50 values in the same list. So I'm not putting them in so that they will appear as they do on paper. I'm going to input all of these values into the same list. I've jumped ahead and input the 50 values in my calculator. Notice if I scroll back through, again the calculator will tell me the value of each of the numbers and what position it's in. List 1 value in the 48th spot is the number 50. Okay, I can scroll through and see that I have all 50 values. Again, it's always a good idea to double check to make sure that the data is accurate and is the way it was on the paper. If the calculator does not have accurate information, it will not give us back accurate results. Once you are confident that all your data values are put in the calculator correctly, you can leave this screen. To leave this screen, I have to hit Second and the Mode key to activate the Quit function. Once we have input data in the calculator, it is often necessary and convenient to have the data sorted in ascending or descending order. The majority of the concepts we will use in this class will require us to have our data in ascending order. To do that, I will hit Stat and choose option 2. Sort A means sort ascending. Option 3 is sort D for sort descending. I'm going to choose option 2 either by arrowing down to the 2 or typing a 2 and hitting enter. The calculator is prompting me for the name of the list for which my data is input. The list I put my data in was list 1. If you notice above the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 key, the upper left hand corner is the function that gives the list name. To get list 1, I will need to hit Second and 1 and then close the parentheses. Once I hit enter, the calculator will tell me that the values have been sorted in ascending order. The process is done. In order to see my values in ascending order, I will need to go back into my list by hitting Stat and enter. You can scroll through and see the data values now have been put in order from smallest to largest. Having the values in ascending order will make it easier when we go to create our frequency distribution tables and when we calculate many of the important values in the future. To go from this window again, I will need to hit Second Mode to go back to the normal viewing window.